What's up, everyone? It's Cacti Man. So, this year in Southern California, it's been a crazy, crazy, crazy season. From 113 degrees right here in the summer all the way down to snowing for the first time in a long time, like actual snow. And because of that, my dragon fruit are kind of taking a beating throughout the course, from a whole bunch of rain to snow. I don't even know how to deal with that down here. But I did my best, and I think I've been able to minimize the damage somewhat. But anyways, the point of today's video was that now that it's warming up, I wanted to show you guys what to do when you see all these little branches start to form along your plants. This is okay, by the way. This is corking. This means that it's healing up if you see this, so that's okay. But yeah, these little branches that are growing, or in some cases, these huge branches that are growing, right? So I wanted to show you what to do to deal with them. So generally, for dragon fruit, you want to have one main branch that grows up the thing, right? I've seen people grow more than one branch, but you got to remember that they all, it's one plant that shares all of the nutrients and energies from a singular root system. So the more branches you have, the more branches are dividing basically the energy that they get from right here. So that's why people narrow it down to one branch, so that it's just one continuous source of energy that goes all the way up to the top of the canopy, instead of, two or even three. But I've seen people do it. I've seen it happen, and you can do it. Just your plant grows slower and maybe even thinner, but there's nothing wrong with it. And maybe even it'll benefit towards the end when you have more main branches to form a canopy. But anyways, so basically what you want to do with these branches, it all depends on your main goal, right? So if you only want one branch, then all you do is you just pop them off, right? You can pop them off like that, or if they're a little bit bigger, you can instead take sorry, hey, stop. You can instead take some clippers. Hold on. Sorry about that. My dog is barking for some reason. But anyways, if they get bigger like this, you can take some clippers, because this is going to take quite a bit of effort to just pop off, right? And it might cause some damage to my plant. So you might take some clippers and just clip it off. But if you see in the case of like something like this, or if I've allowed this little growth, and actually here's another one right here. Here's a little two-sided growth, wow. I've allowed this growth to grow for way too long, and I don't really want to get rid of it anymore. So what I might do for this one is I might let it grow out more, just a bit, so it can thicken up, and then snip it off and then use it as its own cutting, and I can just root this up and plant it again, So here's some more. So I would just, pop that off like that, and either just throw it right there in the soil so it can compost, or throw it in the trash. It's all up to you. But if you plan a cutting like this, it won't really work. I guess it is possible, but I've never done it, and I just don't see the point in planting something this small. You're basically starting off from the size of a seedling, and basically at this stage it is a seedling, I would say. It shares similar morphology to a seedling. But yeah, just pop them off. But make sure you want to get as close as possible to the actual plant and stuff. Like this, like you don't really want that because it'll rot. So I'm gonna try to twist it a bit more. See, that's not coming off. Oh, there we go. Nice little cameo. You want to cut that off too. So yeah, so bigger ones you want to use clippers, or else something like that might happen. Now, if you get some growth on top, like right here, especially with all this rotting mass, because Condor does not like the cold, and imagine the snow. But yeah, imagine, so all these little growths, I'm actually going to let them grow. I'm going to let them grow out and get longer and form some branches. And then after they get big enough, like something like that, then I'll start pruning, and I'll start basically deciding which ones I want to keep. Like this one, if it continues to grow, it's going to start hitting this one, so I don't really want it. So that one's going to go. You see how tough that is? It doesn't pop off. You need some clippers. Yeah, so that one's going to go. And so now this one I like. This one, yeah, I think if it gets big enough, they won't interfere. And there's like a node of space in between them. So I'll keep those two. And then there's some more right here. Here's a small one I don't really care for. I'll take that one off. And there. That's pretty good for me. So yeah, just go around your plants and you'll see that there's a lot of new growths for most of your plants. You know, it's beginning to be spring growing season for dragon fruit. So keep an eye out and make sure you don't get too many sub branches. But yeah, good luck with your growing, guys, and good luck with your pruning. And I hope you guys get a huge canopy like this year. Happy growing.